want to shut you down? Obviously, they see you as competition.
Sure, I think they would see anybody who takes entertainment pocket money from people as being competition. I don't think it's that we're gambling. I think it's that people have a limited disposable income and the casinos want to get as much of that as possible.
If these aren't gambling, why do many of them have names that invoke maybe a gambling, like Lucky Players Club or Lucky 7 or something
Sure.
like that?
Yeah, I think that's. I think it's a marketing tool. I think understand that in most of these internet sweepstakes cafes, the computer terminals are for show only. We call it sweepstakes in 3D. It's simply to add a entertainment value to folks being able to decide whether to find out whether they win the sweepstakes or not.
Matt, do you have a hard number on how many names are being filed? 430?
I can give that to you after. It's 433 and change, but 433,000 and change.
Okay.
And you need how many?
231 approximately.
I'm sure there's a science to figuring out what percentage of signatures are valid, and that's what these campaigns are based on. Any kind of guesstimation on how many good ones you have out of 433,000?
We're pretty confident we're going to be successful. We're happy to have the 10 days if we need it, and we'll prepare to use those 10 days. I would say that north of 50% will be valid. How much north of 50%, I'm not sure.
Since you're the first referendum effort to operate under the new law, which cuts off the in-between period for collecting signatures, how difficult does that make the job of fixing the petitions afterwards? If you need to.
Well, this has been a logistical challenge for 90 days. This is the first petition gathering effort in Ohio that has had paid opposition. People literally standing between the petition and people wanting to sign the petition. That's something that's never been dealt with across the state of Ohio, and that happened this time. We also had to create a digital public record for the first time. In addition to handing in the physical petitions, we'll hand in thumb drives and CDs with every signature scanned. That's been a huge effort. And we'll prepare for a 10-day sprint from zero rather than going at 100% like we have been.
Why the digital backup?
It's part of the new law. The public record becomes digital.
So is there anything that you can do so you're ready if they say you don't have enough, that you can be ready to hit the ground immediately as soon as you get the go-ahead?
Yeah, I think we will track what's happening at the local boards of election level. So if there's counties where we know we're going to need to go, we can prep for that with volunteers and with paid signature gatherers. And we can keep as much as of the paid signature gathering operation going as possible to make sure we can hit the ground running.
How many people have you had gathering these petitions already at this point?
It's a good question. Hundreds. Most of the store owners had petitions, and I couldn't give you a paid signature gatherer total, but hundreds of people between volunteers and paid staff.
What's the 80% for?
80%. The most recent polling on this issue says that 80% of Ohioans oppose banning internet sweepstakes cafes.
Who did that poll?
Fallon Research, as part of their Ohio Omnibus poll.
And Rob, what are you telling people when you're out there asking